Hey Pisceans, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to be doing your second half of a general reading here. We're going to start with animals, but of course, and then go right into the cards. All right. I had a very auspicious meditation for you guys just now. Excited to see what comes up. Definitely a lot of water. You guys are water signs, but a lot of water. A particular goddess energy came through. Her name is Yamaya. She is the goddess of the ocean, lakes, and rivers. Very much about psychic information, emotional healing. Okay? All right. Let's see. What is the animal energy for Pisces? And think. Ooh. I do not think that you've ever gotten this before. The cobra, bam, cobra. So this for me is very much about a teacher energy. So, but it's also very like a direct energy. It can be, and I did see all that water and, the psychic information download because snakes in general just represent healing. So it makes sense that Yamaya came through with the emotional healing or body healing, and then we have snake energy here. But the cobra in particular is about lessons. So you could be in a place where you have, been learning some lessons, and now you're in a place to turn around and teach others, or you're going to be linking up with teachers or around people that are communicating really helpful and needed information to you. This is also about authority as well. It's very authoritative, and that makes sense with the teacher energy here, right? But this is about communication, relaying information, and like I said, teaching. Also very masculine energy here as well, because think about it, like a cobra, right? It's very fast energy when it does strike, it's like bam. So this could be information or knowledge that comes to you kind of quickly or without a lot of sugar on it, okay? Just very direct. I don't mean that negatively, just like very direct, okay? Yeah, but it does feel like being in a place of receiving, healing, teaching, knowledge, directive. But I feel like you guys are in a good place. Let's see what's going on. Get the heck out of here with this. Ace of Cups, here's the water. Here's, it's interesting because in the meditation I saw waterfall. So I love this Ace of Cups here. Guess what? This is, can be great love, but this is a great, download of psychic information and emotional healing. Point blank and period. Okay. Remember when I said it feels like you're in a place of receptivity? That's what Ace of Cups is. It's like, the cup runneth over situation, right? So you could be getting a lot of downloads and insights from your spiritual team and or people around you. Or remember, these can always be read in reverse. This could be you, right? Sharing the wealth of knowledge that you have for others, or you could be just in a place where you are perceiving a lot through a psychic lens right now, even more so than usual. Because you guys are naturally, intuitive, right? But it could be just like really amped up right now during this retrograde season. Okay, what else is going on from a Pisces? Yeah. Ooh, little sound effect there in the back. A Pisces. Ooh. King of Pentacles, baby. Yeah, this is actually really cool because I'm going back to this receptivity thing. It does not feel like you are necessarily right now, or in these next 2 weeks or whatever, time is fluid, blah, blah, blah. We're in a place where it's like you got to go out and get things. You're trying to find something like a job or a person, or you're going out. It really feels like this is about, because the King of Pentacles, right? He's worked very hard to get here, but then he knows how to appreciate, what he has. The King of Pentacles is not a energy where he goes home at the end of the day from working all day and then feels the need to check emails on the work phone all night and doesn't know when to turn it off. King of Pentacles isn't like that. Okay. So this is really kind of a clue to you to this is a moment to just be in a place of receptivity and appreciate what you have accomplished thus far. It feels like you're learning a lot of new stuff here. Back to this Cobra energy. It really, really feels that way. It also feels like the pace, I feel like you might be in here for a quickening of pace in some way. Something's about to speed up in a really cool way. They're also drawing attention to the apples here and then the star here, which is about wishes fulfilled, Aquarius energy. I do feel like that's what I'm feeling. The autumnal equinox is going to be particularly around the autumnal equinox, which I believe is like September 21st, I believe. I believe it's also referred to as Maven. I feel like that's going to be a time where you really see in the 3D, you're going to reap a lot of these seeds that you've planted. That's what it feels like to me, like late September, around the equinox. Feels very important for you guys. Feels like the pace is going to quicken up a bit from now until then. And then at that point, you're going to be able, oh, that's what it is. You're going to be able to get to a place where you can sit down and just really appreciate all that you've accomplished. I feel like you can do that right now, but it's really going to be a full-fledged sit down and appreciate around that time. This is really positive. You better work. Okay, what else is good? And I do feel like for some of you, you might be attracting someone towards you in a teacher capacity, or it could just be someone who is very wise, because if you think about it, like the Cobra energy too, like I said, it's masculine, but it's also very much, it's like a king-like energy. And then you have the King of Pentacles here, right? And even though the snake is considered to be of the fire realm, energetically speaking, you know, we know that it's an earth animal, obviously. Energetically, it's fire, but it's an earth animal, right? So I love this for you guys. Yeah, there's someone in your energy here that is going to be teaching you something new or a way to be, or that you really admire. That's what it feels like too. You're attracting someone towards you that you're really going to admire and look up to, that you even want to emulate. Something about how they do things, or the way they live life, or the way that they communicate. Something in here about that. A true king energy here. Justice, hello, balance, everything being righted. Oh, weird. And then we have the crown here too. King of Pentacles. Yeah, this is true boss energy. There's someone, I gotta tell you, it feels like someone coming towards you that, again, is going to teach you a lot of cool stuff just by, it's not even necessarily, like, you know, there's that old saying of like, teach by example. It feels like they teach by example rather than like, like someone sitting you down and giving you a long monologue on like how to, live your life. Someone that is teaching you by example that's in your atmosphere that is really going to have a really great influence on you, that is going to, there's going to be a balance between you two as well, where there's an equal give and take. And I feel like the gag is, and it's really cool, is that you're over here just really watching them and admiring them and really noticing, how they handle things. They might even be what you lack, they have in spades, and what they lack, you have in spades. And that's the gag. It's like they're learning from you too. I don't even know if you're going to be aware of that. You know what I mean? Justice, Libra energy here. It couldn't be better. It's just like a real even balance and give and take of things. I do feel like there were some energies here earlier on in the year that were rough on y'all. And now it's just like, oh no, we're good. We're settled. We're firmly shifted into a new experience, a new timeline. And it just feels really, really nice for you guys. Yeah. Okay. Let's get a clarifier on this Ace of Cups here though. So we have the snake here with the Knight of Wands, and it is clarifying the Ace of Cups. So this is an energy that's fast moving. Okay. Now, if this is a person, I don't necessarily feel that this is a person for this row. Like in this particular, I feel like this is a person. King of Pentacles feels like it could have to do something to do with you, but I really feel like this is someone in your energy, especially because we've got the Cobra. But for this first, kind of row here in the first position, this Knight of Wands doesn't feel like someone who is coming in quickly and then leaving. This feels like a quick, fast, remember when I said the pace was going to pick up? This feels like a fast inflow and coming of information, psychic downloads, and a newly awakened perspective, okay? Now, this person in your energy could, partially be what elicits this within you. There's something about, oh, that's what it is. It feels like you're about to meet or have just met a member of your soul family, and then it activates you. What is that example? There's something about, I was just watching something and I can't think of what it was, but it's sort of like them being around you and you linking up with that member of your soul family is going to just ignite you in this way, where suddenly you're remembering maybe past lives, You're remembering things in a way like psychic downloads. It's just really about to get really intense, but in a really cool way. And it's going to happen kind of quickly. Okay? But in a good way. It's almost as if it's been on backlog reserve, because the first part of this year, y'all did have some rough times there. I remember in the earlier part of the year. And now it's like, okay, you did that karmic payment. Now you're about to be repaid and things are about to shift in a really nice way. This feels like an important person in your energy who's going to be around a while, Earth energy here, who's going to teach you by doing. Just teach you by example. And it could very much, it feels very romantic to me, but it's not like puppy love. It's not like, ooh, no, it's like, whoa, this person, like, it's almost as if you're in awe of them, but not like a separatist feeling of like you're placing them on a pedestal. No. It goes both ways. They feel the same way about you. Remember what I said? What they, have in spades, you might lack, and what you have in spades, they might lack. It's really cool, actually. Okay, so you balance each other out. It's very, very, justice. You balance each other. It's very, very cool. Okay. Clarify for this King of Pentacles here. You don't say. Not really breaking news at 9 here. 10 of Cups to clarify the King of Pentacles. So the Ten of Cups, obviously, you've got a lot of water here for y'all. The Ten of Cups is complete emotional fulfillment. Period. Point blank and period. This person coming towards you right in your energy here, that's what it is. You link up together, you balance each other out. It's almost like you're two magnets of opposite yet equal charge coming together and uniting and creating this greater energy. But it's a very teaching energy. You could be linking up with someone who's either older than you or you're older than them, or if they're not older than you, they're really rich in life experience for their age. There's something about this, and you're going to learn great lessons from each other, because remember that Cobra is very much a teacher energy here, okay? But this is the jackpot. This is what it is. Congrats. Invite me to the wedding. That's what it feels like for real. Ooh, weird. And I was just reminded, so Yamaya also, think about all this water. She also represents fertility. Ducks, one of her symbols is ducks. That would be really fun. I think for some of you, with Yamaya being in your energy, you might see ducks, but ducks also represent like fertility, really, really good times. So I'm happy for you. Okay, justice. Wait a minute. Is that right? They're telling me that in one of your earlier readings, Lord only knows which one it was. One of your earlier readings, there was a song that was piped through to me for y'all from a little known musical called Honk, the British musical from like the 70s. And it's the story of the ugly duckling, and there's a song that's called Hold Your Head Up High. And they're just telling me that you've the time for that, you've done it, like lesson learned, mission accomplished, and now it's about to be like a lot of good fun, good times. And that's so fun. I wish I knew which reading that was, but I really don't. But anyways, that reading is now coming to fruition, full completion roundabout now. This is why you were told to hold your head up high and keep going. This was what was on the other side of it. Ooh, how fun. Okay. Verify for the justice, please. Duh. So you got the Temperance, y'all. Sagittarius energy, which is about balance. It's clarifying. The Justice card, which is also about balance. This is also about reuniting with a soul mate. I feel like for you guys, this is someone new, okay? I don't feel like this is, for some of y'all, take it as it, play it as it lays. But this is about reuniting with someone from your true soul family. And when you do that, it does feel like you've known them for a really long time. I think, that's not really much of a stretch to say that, because it's also paired with the Nine of Swords in reverse. I'm really glad it came up in reverse. So the Nine of Swords in the upright is that person sitting up at bed at night having nightmares with so much, mental cardio that they can't go to sleep. And I like that this is in reverse, because the time for this is over. You're achieving a place of great balance where it just feels like you're going into a time where you just feel like you have full, and I use this word in a positive aspect, full control of your faculties. It also feels like you're going into a place where it's like you don't even need to know what's coming next, because you're just really good with where you are. Now that, my darlings, in my opinion, is the golden ticket. Being so content with where you are at any given time, in any given moment, that you don't even need to know what's next. Jeez. You've been doing something very right, and I love that. You know, I used to have a theater, I worked with this theater director once where when we would do a scene and we did it to, you know, how he wanted it done, he would say, okay, stop. Do you know what you did? And that was his way of asking, like, do you know what you just did so that you can recreate it later? I'm being called, and someone else got this too. I think maybe it was Scorpio or something. I can't remember. But it's about, there's always going to be peaks and valleys in life. So there's something about knowing what you did to get to this particular peak so that when the inevitable valley comes in the future, you can redirect yourself, remember how you got to that peak, and then, you know, have that in your energy and you can redirect in that way. Very cool. Supposed to be like this. Everything in lines and rows. Okay. Let's get a goddess clarifier for y'all. This is so... You know, another thing too, they're drawing attention to the fact that there's 5 letters in the word cobra. 5 is a number of great change. I do not feel like your life will be the same after or under the influence of this person. It's very, very cool. And again, you know, for a large group of y'all, this is going to be romantic in nature, but I don't feel like it's like that for everybody. I do feel like for another group, it's just going to be a teacher that inspires them and shifts and works on their energy where it leads them to be a vibration to the love that they're seeking. Does that make sense? It's never going to be the same for everybody. Okay? All right, let's get a goddess guidance for Pisceans. Get the heck out of here. Let's see if there's another one. Oh my God, I want to come out. Okay. Boom. So your first one I'm so obsessed with. Rhiannon, sorceress, you are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. Oh, whoa. Okay, this is really weird. So little known fact. Well, I don't think anyone knows this. I was just saying this. There was another sign that I did, and I can't remember which one it was. You should be able to see it in the readings in the like screenshot or whatever. But they got the unicorn, and I said at the top of that reading that I associate unicorns with Pisces energy, and I do, for a plethora of reasons that I will not get into right now. We only have so much time, but I love that the unicorn came up for you guys because I associate you with that energy in particular. But here's the other tea. Unicorns are also about psychically gifted people and children returning to a childlike state of being, which could also denote a teacher-student relationship or a teacher-student dynamic. Because remember, even in the realm of romance, having a teacher-student dynamic, that's not a bad thing. That can be really beautiful. Sometimes our greatest loves are, well, actually, oftentimes our greatest loves are our greatest teachers, whether that's through, you know, less than desirable means, but sometimes it can be really direct. And you're like, wow, you literally taught me how to love, or you taught me how to balance that in life, or you taught me how to delegate more. And delegating feels really, really important here too, in a way. Because you also got Butterfly Maiden, transformation. You are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. I mean, duh. We have absolutely seen this for you guys, okay? Didn't I say that your life will not be the same after or under the influence of this person? Now, I want to bring out another parallel. The snake sheds its skin. I brought that up I think I brought it up before I meant to, if I didn't. The snake sheds its skin. It's about healing, and it's about a fresh new beginning, and then we have the transformation too. Same deal. It's from the cocoon to the butterfly. Things are about to be really different in a really cool way. You also got, oh my God, hi. Green Terra, start delegating. I feel like I definitely just mentioned delegating. This feels really important for you guys. Ask others, including me, to help you instead of trying to do everything by yourself. I have to tell you something. I feel like this has a lot to do. This other person around you is really good at this. Like ridiculously, supernaturally good at delegating. Okay? But it's not like they're going to teach you how to do it by telling you again. They're teaching you by example. Again, it's really, really, they inspire you and you inspire them. I think it might come as a surprise to you that you inspire them, but you do. Okay? Bam! All right, my Pisceans. This was gorge. Really, really happy for you. It is a time of transformation. and really receiving, it's going to be completely different from here on out in a really, really beautiful way. I do feel like the second half of this year for you is going to bear very little resemblance to the first half in a really cool, exciting, well-deserved way. I also feel like these lessons that you're going to be learning from this person, you are also going to be able to turn around and help others, because they are going, remember what I said, yin and yang. Well, I didn't say that, but that's what I meant. Yin and yang, remember? With the justice and the balance. It's like it's bringing you into balance in this beautiful way where you're going to be able to turn around and help others because of it down the road. And that's beautiful. And just remember, Yamaya is very much present with you at this time. If you in audit, I very rarely get, particular deities or goddesses that come up in meditation when I'm doing, these readings for the channel, but she came up for y'all. So, blessed be. And with that being said, my lovely Pisceans, this was your second half of my general reading. I so hope that this was of help and resonated with you. If it wasn't, it did. Please let me know in the comments below. I would just love that. And just lastly, just thank y'all so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. But, most of all, and as always, just thank you for being you. And be well. Until next time.